Students, now we are going to study the third chapter, propositional logic. In this chapter, we are going to cover all these topics. First one is proposition and propositional logic. Second one is properties of proposition. Third one is a truth table. Fourth one is connectives. Fifth one is propositional definitions. Sixth one is symbol laws on proposition, and the seventh one is propositional statement and expression. Now we are going to see what is proposition and propositional logic. Okay. First of all, proposition. A proposition is a statement. Proposition means it is a statement that has a value. Okay. Proposition means a statement that has a value which can be either true or false. It cannot be anything else. The value of proposition is called its truth value. So proposition means it is a statement. Okay, it has only two values, that is either true or false. Nothing else will, and nothing else is the answer for the proposition. So the value of the proposition, if it is a true, that is called as a truth value. If it is a false, then it is called as a truth value. Second one is propositional logic. Okay, propositional logic uses statements which are atomic in nature. So propositional logic use statements. In propositional logic also using statements which are atomic in nature. These statements are called propositions. Okay, so now we are going to see the examples of propositions. See, Lena read the book The Shadow Lines. So it is a statement. Okay, so it is called as a proposition. Anil lost his copy. So it is a proposition. Then another one condition, m greater than v when m equal to 10 and v equal to 7. Okay, this is also a statement, mathematical statement. So it is called as a proposition. Now we are going to see what are non-propositions. Proposition, the statements which are not a proposition are called non-propositions. That is asking questions. Which book did Lena read? That is a question. So it is not a statement. So it is called as a proposition. Who took Anil's copy? It is not a proposition. Then, in which month annual exams takes place? This is also a question. So it is also not a proposition. Okay. Now we are going to see what are the properties of a proposition. So proposition have the following properties. Okay. So first one is a proposition has a truth value, that is either true or false, which cannot be any other than true or false. Second one, propositions can be connected using connectives. Now the next part we are going to study about these connectives, different types of connectives used with the propositions to result in another propositions. If we are using some connectives with the propositions, present propositions, the output of the proposition will be some different statements. Okay. Then third one, they are represented by using uppercase alphabets. Okay, they are represented by using uppercase alphabets means proposition, the resultant proposition we are going to write is in the capital letters. Okay, then fourth one, states of proposition can be represented by a truth table. Okay, so these are the properties of a proposition. Students, before studying this truth table and truth value, one thing you have to understand how to write the binary equivalent of numbers. Here we are going to see the binary equivalent of 3-bit numbers. 3-bit means 0 to 7, that is octal. First of all, we are going to see the binary equivalent of 0. So in the previous chapters also I told you how to find out the binary equivalent. So before writing the binary equivalent, you have to write like this above the number. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. This is for 3 bits. If it is a 4 bit, then you have to write 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay, now we are going to see the binary equivalent of 3 bit numbers, that is 0 to 7. So 0's binary is 0, then here also 0, here also 0, because यहाँ पे आप ऊपर देखिए, यहाँ पे zeros नहीं है, 1 से start हो रहा है. So all the numbers, 1 is also 0, 2 is also 0 and 4 is also 0. Now we are going to write the binary equivalent for 1. So what is the binary equivalent for 1? See, यहाँ पे ये number देखिए आप. So if you are not able to differentiate, we have to change the color of the number. Okay, so we are going to change the color of the number. So this red color number you are seeing is only for your understanding. Okay, there is no need to highlight when you are writing the binary equivalents. This is only for your understanding. Now we are going to write the binary equivalent for 1. यहाँ पे ऊपर देखिए 1 यहाँ पे, so it will be 1 and all the other numbers are 0. ठीक है, so the binary equivalent of 1 is 0, 0, 1. Now we are going to see the binary equivalent for 2. How will you binary equivalent for 2? Sorry. So how will you write? Here the 2 is here, so it is 1. And all the two numbers are 0. So the binary equivalent of 2 is 0, 1, 0. Now we are going to see the binary equivalent for 3. So here no 3 is there. So you have to add two integers to get the value 3. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So what you have to do is, in the place of 1 you have to put 1. In the place of 1, 2 also you have to put 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. And this one is 0. So the binary equivalent of 3 is 0, 1, 1. The next one is, now we are going to see the binary equivalent of 4. 4 means here the 4 is there. यहाँ पे 4 है, so it is 1 and all the others are 0. Okay, so it is 1, 0, 0. The next one is 5. So how will you write the binary equivalent for 5? That is 4 plus 1 is 5. So here the fourth place you have to put 1. In the fifth one's place also you have to put 1, and here it is 0. So the binary equivalent of 5 is 1, 0, 1. The next one is 6. So 6 means you have to write 4 plus 2 is 6. In the fourth place you have to put 1, and 2th place you have to put 1. Here it is 0. The next one is 7. So 7 means 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So it is 1 here, 1 here and 1 here. So the bits are over. See, यहाँ पे 3 bits means how it is 0 to 7. यहाँ पे add करके देखिए, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 4 is 7. So 3 bits means 0 to 7. If it is a 4 bit means आपको 16 तक लिखना है, तो it is 1. Yeah, the next bit is 8 will come. So this how you have to write the binary equivalent of any decimal number. Okay students, now we are going to learn about the truth table. So if you are clear with the binary equivalent, how to write the binary equivalents, then only you are able to understand these tables of truth table. Okay, first we are going to see what is a truth table. A truth table is a complete list of possible values of a proposition. For example, let P be a proposition given that P, one statement is there in the variable P, my class work copy is full. Now P can assume any one of the truth value true or false, yes or no. The statement is like this: my class work copy is full. If it is full, it is yes. If it is not full, then it is no. So yes means true, no means false. So the truth table of only one variable, if one variable is there, proposition is true. False means the term is 0. True means the term is 1. So 0 ka binary 0 because it is a one variable. 0's binary is 0, 1 binary is 1. Now we are going to see the truth table for two values. Okay, two variables means, see, first two, 1 and 2. So two variables means 1 plus 2 is 3 है ना, तो 0 to 3 तक decimal होगा. This column we have to hide and only this. So the if it is two variables, the binary equivalent of 0 is 0 0. The binary equivalent of 1 is 0 1. The binary equivalent of 2 is 1 0. The binary equivalent of 3 is 1 1. Bas. So here it is, we have seen the table of two variables PQ, the term numbers 0 to 3. So the binary equivalent of 0 is 0 0, binary equivalent of 1 is 0 1, binary equivalent of 2 is 1 0, binary equivalent of 3 is 1 1. Now we are going to see the three variables PQR. So we have to, 3 bits means 3 variables means 0 to 7. So we have to write taken the variables PQR. So the values are 0 0 0. Already we have seen that binary equivalents. Okay, so these are the binary equivalents of the numbers 0 to 7. Next, 4 variables. Okay, 4 variables means 0 to 15. Okay, 0 to 15, total 16 numbers. So यहाँ पे 1 रहेगा, yes का प्लेस में 1 रहेगा. You can imagine yourself. Okay, yes का प्लेस में 1 रहेगा, R के प्लेस में 2 रहेगा, Q के प्लेस में 4 and P के प्लेस में 8. Okay, I think you know how to write the binary equivalent. Don't memorize this value 0 0 0 0 0 0. If it is a 4 bits, you have to write here 1 2 4 8. If it is a 3 bit, 1 2 4. If it is a 2 bit, 1 2. ठीक है? So this is the truth table for 4 variables. Now we are going to study about the connectives. What are connectives? Okay, so in atomic proposition may be connected to create a larger proposition. So when we are connecting 2 or 3 statements together, we want some connectives. Okay, so if we are using connectives, we are able to create a long proposition. Okay, larger proposition. They are connected by using connectives. Connectives used in proposition. So what are the connectives we are used in propositions? So first one is negation. Negation means not. Not is a proposition. Conjunction. If we are multiplying two values, that is conjunction. That is and connective. The connective word is and. The next one is disjunction. If we are going to add two numbers, the connective word is or. Then conditional, if then. One direction. Then biconditional means if and only if then. Shown below a truth table of various connectives. Assume P, Q are two propositions. Let P, for example, P statement is like this, the proposition is like this, the bird can talk. Q proposition is the bird can sing. Okay, these are two propositions. So how we are going to use the first connective not? Not means always inverse. 0 means the opposite proposition is 1. 1 means the opposite proposition is 0. Not means just inverse of the given proposition. So the first one, negation. Negation ka we are using two symbols. One is like this and another one is this dash symbol. Also known as not or complement. The not or negation connectivity is otherwise called as complement. Not is otherwise called as complement. Also denoted by P dash. P के ऊपर वो first P. That is P dash, or this one is called as negation P. It is applicable on a single proposition. For example, see, the bird can talk. This is a proposition. So if we are using the negation, then the statement will be like this: P dash equal to the bird cannot talk. Okay, the bird cannot talk. This is the negation proposition. Now next one is conjunction. Conjunction means we are using the connective and. So this is the symbol, this arrow, upper arrow and a superscript. This arrow is known as and, is also known as and, denoted by the symbol dot. We are using two symbols, that is this upper arrow or the dot for the conjunction and. The result of conjunction is true only when both the atomic propositions are true. If there are two statements are there, if both the statements are true, then only we will get the output as true. Otherwise, if any one proposition is opposite of the first proposition, then the statement is false. Okay, we can say that C equal to P dot Q, where C is the proposition denoting the result of conjunction. If any one statement is false, the answer is false. Okay, so these are the two propositions P and Q. 0 0, so the answer is 0. 0 1, then also the answer is 0. 1 0 0, because if any one input is 0 or false, the output is false. If both the inputs are true, the output is true. Okay, so if we are writing in statements, we will use the connective like this. And how will you use? P, the bird can sing. Q, the bird can P, the bird can talk. Q, the bird can sing. So what is the output? C, the bird can talk and the bird can sing. Okay, so this is called conjunction. Students, now we are going to study about disjunction. Disjunction means this is a symbol V. Also we can use the symbol plus, and the connective is or. So is also known as or, denoted with the symbol plus. So conjunction means upper arrow and dot, and the connective is and. Negation means dash and the connective is not. Disjunction means down arrow and plus, the connective is or. The result of disjunction is true if any one of the atomic proposition is true. If any one value is true, the output is true. Okay, if both the values are true, then also the output is true. If both the values are false, the output is false. Okay, it is false when false only when the atomic proposition are false. We can say that D equal to P plus Q. So in conjunction it is C equal to P dot Q. So in disjunction it is P plus Q. When D is a proposition denoting the result of disjunction. For example, see, these two columns are the input, this is the output. If both the inputs are false, the output is false. If any one input is true, the output is true. So in statements, how we are going to use the connective or. Example, P, the bird can talk. Q, bird can sing. So how will you connect this by the connective word? The bird can talk or the bird can sing. Okay, So the fourth one is conditional. Conditional, we are using the symbol like this, arrow, one side arrow. It is also called as implies. In mathematics we studied about the implies symbol. In physics also we are using the implies symbol. So this is known as implies or if then. Okay, what is P implies Q? The result of the condition is such that if P is true, then Q will have to be true. Along with the criteria, when P is false, Q can allow to be both false and true. Okay students, this is called as conditional. Now we are going to see the truth table for the conditional statement. Okay, so here we are using the connective statement as if then. Okay, so P and Q. So if both the P and Q are 0, the output is 1. If P is 0 and Q is 1, the output is 1. If P is 1 and Q is 0, the output is 0. If P is 1 and Q is 1, the output is 1. This is for conditional. Okay students, see, by using the statements we will write like this. P, the bird can talk. Q, the bird can sing. So the output is if then connectives we have to use. If the bird can talk, then the bird can sing. Okay, so these points you have to remember. Let P implies Q, it can be interpreted as D. Okay, if the bird can talk, then the bird can sing. If the bird can talk is true, then P is 1. And since P implies Q, so whenever P is true, Q will be true to make D possible. If P is true, then D is false. So when P is 1, then Q value is 1, it is making D possible, so D is 1. When P is 1 and Q is 0, making possible, so that D is making impossible, so that D is 0. So these two points you have to remember by yourself. The next one is biconditional, means the arrow should be in both sides. It is also known as equivalence or if and only if or IFF, if and only if. If P and let B be P, this is equivalence symbol, equivalence Q, the resultant bicondition B is true when both B and Q are true or when both are false. If P and Q are false, then also the output is 1. If P and Q are true, then also the output is 1. If any one statement is true and another one statement is false, the output is false. So the result of biconditional B is true when both P and Q are true or when both are false. It can be simplified as P implies Q and Q implies P. So this is the truth table. See, when both the input are 0, the output is 1. If one input is 0 and another one input is 1, the output is 0. If one input is 1 and another input is 0, the output is 0. If both are 1, the output is 1. Okay. So how we are using this if then else statement? See, this is a statement. If the bird can sing, then the bird can talk. And if the bird can talk, then the bird can sing. This is for implies, equivalence. So if bird can sing is true, then P is 1. If the bird can talk, then Q is 1. B is valid. Okay. Valid means same character. If it is cannot sing, it cannot talk. Then also B is true. If it is sing and it cannot talk, means the output is 0. So the simplification of this expression is we have to use one statement P dash Q plus P dot Q. If you find P dash means if P is 0, P dash means it is 1. Okay. So when you apply this formula, you will get the output here in B. Okay, students. Now we are going to see some definitions in propositional. First one is well-formed formula. Second one is tautology. Third one is contradiction. Fourth one is contingency. Fifth one is satisfiable. And sixth one is unsatisfiable. Seventh one is premise. Eighth one is syllogism. Ninth one is chain rule. 10th one is modus ponens. And 11th one is converse. 12th one is inverse. 13th is consistent statement. Then 13, 14 is contrapositive. So first one is well-formed formulae. Okay. So it is an expression of Boolean statement made up of elementary statements and symbols. It can be constructed according to the following rules. So some rules are there. So all smaller statements are well-formed formulae. If P is a well-formed formulae, then P dash is a well-formed formulae. Okay. So if P and Q are well-formed formulae, then P dot Q, P plus Q, P implies Q, P equivalents Q are also well-formed formulae. Then nothing else is a well-formed formulae. So if a statement is a well-formed formulae, these are the rules. Okay. Now next one is tautology. So if a proposition is if the proposition that is always true, the tautology has only true values. In the truth table, see A ke value 0 and 1. So what is A dash? If A is 0, A dash is 1. If A is 1, A dash is 0. So when we are going to add these two numbers A and A dash, that is A plus A dash. So 0 plus 1 is 1. In binary addition, 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. So see this is the output column. So the output column, all the values are 1. If the output consisting of values only 1, once there is no zeros are there, it is called tautology. Okay. Now another one example. A, B, B dash. These are the input and T2 is the output. Let T2 be A plus B dash. So now we are going to write the values 0 to 3. 0 to 3 का binary क्या है? 0 0 1. No. Okay. 0 to 3 का binary value. So these are the inputs AB. 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. ठीक है. So B dash 0 means 1, 1 means 0, 0 means 1, 1 means 0. So all the values are ready here. Now we are going to find out the output. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 1 0. So no, 1 plus 1 is 1. Okay, in binary addition rule, 1 plus 1 is 1. So all the outputs are 1. There is no 0. So it is called as tautology. If the output does not contain any zeros, so it is called as a tautology. Okay. Next one is contradiction. Contradiction means the output is 0. There is no ones. If the output does not have any 0, it is called as a tautology. If the output is lack of 1, then it is called as a contradiction. A proposition that is always false is called as a contradiction. A contradiction has only false values in its truth table column. For example, a into a dash. A का value 0 and 1. A dash का value 1, 0. A into a dash. 0 into 1 is 0. 1 into 0 is 0. Okay. So if the output column consisting of only 0, then the proposition is called as a contradiction. Okay. Now we are going to see what is called contingency. Contingency means the output consists of the combination of zeros and ones. Okay. So if the output consisting of only ones, it is called as a tautology. If the output contains only 0, then it is called as a contradiction. If the output contains the combination of ones and 0, then it is called as a contingency. So a proposition that contains values which are the combination of false and true, 0 and 1, these propositions are sometimes true and sometimes false. So there is one statement is here, n. n1 is the output. The expression is like this: a b plus a dash b. A b means 2 bits. 2 bits means 0 to 3. So the term number is 0 to 3. So a and b के value 0 का binary 0 0, 2 bits. Okay. So 1 का binary is 0 1, 2 का binary 1 0, 3 का binary 1 1. A dash means just the opposite of a. Okay. 0 means 1, 0 means 1, 1 means 0, 1 means 0. B dash means just the opposite of b. That is 0 means 1, 1 means 0, 0 means 1, 1 means 0. Now go to the expression a dot b. So a dot b means we are multiplying these two columns. 0 into 0 is 0, 0 into 1 is 0, 1 into 0 is 0, 1 into 1 is 1. Now we are going to multiply a dash b, because in the expression another term is a dash b dash. So 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into 0 is 0, 0 into 1 is 0, 0 into 0 is 0. Now what is the final output? n1. n1 means a dash b plus a dash b dash. We have to add these two columns. 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, 1 plus 0 is 1. So see the output column, it consisting of the combination of zeros and ones. So it is called as contingency. Okay students. Now another one example. Here we are using 3 variables a, b, c. Means 3 bits means 0 to 7. Okay. So you have to try it yourself. So if the output consisting of the combination of zeros and ones, it is called as a contingency. If the output consisting of only ones, it is called as a tautology. If the output is always 0, then it is called as a contradiction. Okay students, now we are going to see what is satisfiable. A Boolean expression is called satisfiable if among its truth value these exists at least one. Okay, the truth value there exists at least one. The unsatisfiable means a Boolean expression is called unsatisfiable if the truth values are 0. All the values are 0, then it is called as unsatisfiable. Satisfiable means at least one time the output is 1. Then premise, it is a proposition from which a conclusion is drawn. So if we draw a conclusion, it is called as a premise. For example, 6 is a number that appears after 5. So 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. So there is a conclusion that 5 plus 1 is 6. In general, it can be said that this is so because this is premise. Then syllogism means it is a form of logical reasoning in which a logical condition is drawn. So it is a form of logical reasoning in which a logical conclusion is drawn from two premises. Okay, the premises are common element called middle term. Okay, so you see P, all fruits are green. So it is written that all fruits are green. Then Q, orange is a fruit. Okay, or orange is green. So there is a logical reason. Orange means that is a color. So that is a fruit. It can be green or orange color. Okay. So it is a form of logical reasoning in which a logical conclusion is drawn from two premises. This is a first premise, that is all fruits are green. Then Q, orange is a fruit. So this orange is also included inside the green fruit because its color is now in orange. So what is the conclusion? Orange is green. Now it is not in orange color. That is a fruit. Its name is orange, but it is in green color. So the conclusion is orange is green. Okay. So this is called syllogism. Okay, students. Now we are going to see what is chain rule. So now we are going to see chain rule. It states that two conditions of form P implies Q and Q implies R can be combined to create a new condition, that is P implies R. Example, P statement is you study, Q statement is you pass the exam, and R statement is you get a job. So now we are going to combine this. P implies Q means if you study then you pass the examination. Okay. Q implies R means if you pass the exam you get a job. Then P implies R. If you study you get a job. Okay. So this is called chain rule. The next one is modus ponens. So it states that whenever in a condition the antecedent is true, the consequent will be true. So what is antecedent? The first statement is called as an antecedent and the next one is called as consequent. Okay. So it states that whenever in a condition the antecedent is true, the consequent will be true. For example, P, the car tire got punctured. So this is the first statement. The car tire got punctured. And the second statement is the car could not move. So this is called as antecedent and this is called as the consequent. So the condition is the antecedent is true, the consequent will be true. So if the condition P implies Q is true, then P is true and Q will be true. And then P is antecedent and Q is consequent. So P implies Q. If the car tire got punctured, then the car could not move. Okay. So P is true and Q will be true. Why P is true? The car tire got punctured. पंचर हो गया तो कार को मूव नहीं कर सकते है ना. So both are true. Both the conditions are true. Okay, students. Now we are going to see what is converse. Converse means, see, for a condition P implies Q, its convert is Q implies P. Okay, this is called the converse. So if P, the cat was hungry, and Q, the cat drank the milk. So P implies Q is if the cat was hungry, then the cat drank the milk. Q implies means if the cat drank the milk, then the cat was hungry. This is converse. Inverse means just opposite. True means false, false means true. For a condition P implies Q, its inverse is P dash implies Q dash. P, the box was locked, and Q, the box had gold biscuits in it. P implies Q, the box was locked, then the box had gold biscuits in it. P dash implies Q dash is the box was not locked, then the box did not have gold biscuits in it. Okay, these are called as converse and inverse. Okay, the next one is consistent statements. A group of statements is called consistent if it is possible for all of them to be true together. Otherwise, they are called inconsistent. Okay. If all the statements are true, it is called as a consistent statement. If it is all the otherwise, it is a inconsistent statement. For example, P. Rob is a rabbit. Q. Rob is not a rabbit. And or Rob is white. So, if P dot Q is not a contradiction, P and Q. क्योंकि P में Rob is a rabbit, Q में Rob is not a rabbit. So, it is not a contradiction. P and R are consistent. Then P is a contradiction. Why? P and Q are not consistent and are inconsistent. Okay. The next one is contrapositive. Contrapositive means it states that whenever in a condition the consequent is false, the antecedent is also false. Consequent, if the second statement is false, so the first statement is also false. Okay. So that is called as contrapositive. That is P, the car tire got punctured, and Q, the car could not move. So the second statement, the car could not move because the car tire got punctured. Okay. So this is called as contrapositive. So now we are going to prove that P implies Q. This is and, connective is and, matlab multiplication, and Q implies R implies P implies Q is a tautology. Okay. Now we are going to prove that. Proof. M equal to P implies Q. This is and Q implies R, and N equal to first statement. This is the first statement and this is the second statement. So we are going to draw the truth table for these two statements. So this is an exercise. Okay. So in exercise we will see. So the next one is simple laws of propositions. Before going for the truth table, you have to learn the tables. Okay. So law 1, P plus P dash is 1. P into P dash is 0. Law 2, P plus 1 is 1. P plus 0 is P. P into 1 is P. P into 0 is 0. Proof of this law will be useful in the truth tables. Okay. These laws you have to learn. P plus P dash means once, P into P dash means 0, P plus 1 means 1, P plus 0 means P, P into 1 equal to P, P into 0 means 0. So, the last truth table also they have shown the laws. Okay. The next one we are going to see is propositional statements and expressions. So, first example, consider the two given propositions. See, the car belongs to a doctor. M, the car is red in color. So, now we are going to write the combinational statement. So, the combinational statement is like this. W, either the car belongs to the doctor and the car is red in color, or the car does not belongs to the doctor and the car is not red in color. So this is the statement. So how we are going to use the connectives? Not means now we are going to use the connectives like this. See, the car belongs to a doctor and the car is red in color. Okay, this is the first. First, the car belongs to the doctor and the car is red in color. Or, so this is the second connective we are using. Or, the car does not belongs to a doctor and the car is not in color. So this is the combinational statement. The next one, the expression is like this: C dot M plus C dash dot M dash. C means the car belongs to the doctor. M means the car is red in color. Here the dot means and. Plus means or. C dash means the car does not belongs to a doctor, and the dot means and the car is not not red in color. Okay, so that is the combinational statement. Example 2, here also you can use the combination. Example 3 also there. Okay, so you have to practice all these statements. Okay students, combinational statements. Here also the example number 3 is there, and this is example number 4. Okay, you have to do it. Next one is real life based applications. So real life में कुछ हम लोग करते हैं, उसके लिए we are going to write, draw the truth table, and we are going to write the conclusions. Okay, now we see how to write. In real life based applications of propositional logic, a truth table is plotted according to the criteria given. The truth table generates the corresponding Boolean expressions. The following example shows how to implement the above. Question number 1. A family decided to create a voting machine and help them to take decisions. There were 4 members in a family. Okay, 4 inputs. Okay, the first one is father, second one is mother, and third one is son, and fourth one is daughter. So these are the 4 inputs. Okay, when you are reading the questions, you have to listen carefully. Any proposal gets passed only if any one of the following condition is true. So these are the condition. Both parents say yes. If both parents say yes means mother and father value is 1, the output is 1. Second condition is both children and father say yes. If father, daughter and son is 1, then the output is 1. If mother, child, son and daughter is 1, so the output is 1. So it is a 4 variable truth table. You have to draw by yourself. Only the questions you will see, the truth table you have to make. Okay, if both the parents means if F is 1 and M is 1, you will write the output as 1. Second condition, if F is 1, S is 1 and D is 1, the output is 1. Third condition, if M is 1, S is 1 and D is 1, the output is 1. Okay, so the input are F father voting yes, M mother voting yes, S son voting yes, and D daughter voting yes. So the output, for output you are using a variable B. So this is the output variable and these 4 are the input variable. So 4 input means it is 4 bits, 0 to 15. Okay, so the numbers we are used there is 1, 2, 4, 8. Okay, draw the truth table for the inputs and outputs given above. Write the expression P of F M S. So the planning the truth table. First we have to plan the truth table. For 4 inputs there will be 4 input columns in the truth table. For the output there will be 1 output column. So total 5 columns we want. For possible combination of input set to be plotted for each criteria. So you write. So now we are going to see the truth. The next part of this is method of truth table plotting. So first condition क्या है? Both the parents say yes. So father and mother yes, that is F is 1 and M is 1, and the values of S and 0 to be considered. Okay, Uh, Next, condition 2, both the children and father say yes. 3 condition. Already I have discussed. Hai. Now we are going to see the truth table. How will you draw the truth table? Father, mother, son, daughter. This is the output. So the term 0 to 15 you have to use. For 4 variables you have to write the variables. 0 4 bit is 0 0 0. Then 1 is 0 0 1. Like this. From 0 to 15 you have to write the binary equivalent. So this is the output column. We'll go and see. If all the father, mother, son, daughter are 0, the output is 0. Here only the daughter is 1, so the output is 0. Here only the son is 1, so the output is 0. Here son and daughter is 1, no parents are 1, so the output is 0. Here only mother is 1, output 0. So here mother and son is, and both son and daughter 1, the output is 1. Here both mother and son, so the output is 0. Here mother, son, daughter, so the output is 1. Here only father, so the output is 0. Here father and daughter, so the output is 0. Here father, son, so the output is 0. Here father, son, daughter, output 1. Father, mother and father, mother is 1, so the output is 1. Father, mother, daughter, so the output is, क्योंकि father, mother तो है ही है. So father, mother, son is there, so the output is 1. All are 1, so the output is 1. Like this, you have to draw the truth table. So how will you write the expression? P of this is sigma of 7. 7 में output 1. कहाँ पे 1 है? 7, 11, 12. See this table. 7 में 1 है, 11 में 1, 12 में 1, 13 में 1, 14 में 1, 15 में 1. So all this number you have to write here. And here how will you write f dash? Again go to the truth table. 7. 7 is 1. So go to 7th place. The output is 1. So if it is f is 0, so it is f dash. कहाँ पे 0 है उसको डैश करना है, पहले आउटपुट को देखना है. ठीक है, कहाँ पे आउटपुट 1 है वही टर्म को देखना है, कहाँ पे आउटपुट 0 है यू हैव टू लीव इट. सो 1 का प्लेस में जाके f डैश m s d प्लस यहाँ पे f m dash s d. Like this you have to write the final expression. Okay students. Now next another one question is here. You have to read the question and first understand it and planning the truth table and go to the truth table and draw it. Okay, and another one question also there, that is question number 3. Here also first you have to read the question carefully and plan the truth table, then draw the truth table. Okay students. So this chapter is over here. Take a book, chapter number 3. I have mentioned some questions here. So you have to learn all these questions and you have to solve these type of problems also, real world examples. These type of problems also try to solve in the exercise. So that's all. The chapter propositional logic. Okay, do it yourself. The exercise, or all the exercise you have to solve. That's all students. The chapter is over here.